if you're watching this video, it most likely means that you want to lose weight, but it also means that you have been struggling probably for a large portion of your life with weight loss, and you had many attempts and failed every one. Before we get into the video, scroll down to the description and click the link, and I will personally help you achieve what you thought was impossible and lose the weight that you always struggled with. Also, click the subscribe button right now and click the like button right now as well. Now, in this video, I'm going to share with you how someone who struggled their entire life with losing weight and had so many attempts and kept failing, managed to lose 25 pounds of body fat. Just to give you a little backstory, from grade 8 up until grade 11, I struggled, or not struggled, I had quite a good amount of body fat. I wasn't really overweight, but I had enough body fat to make me self-conscious and not be happy with how I was. And then it wasn't until grade 11 where I hit puberty, and then incorporating that with working out in gym, and I was more consistent in grade 12 because of gym class. We had weight training every day. So with that combination, I became fairly fit and muscular. And then come my college years, where I wasn't working out as consistent as I should have been, and my diet continued to be consisting of whatever food that I could was easy accessible to me, which was a lot of junk food, because at college they have all these pizza, Subways, and all that stuff. So yes, I was bound to gain the weight I lost in high school back. And then it wasn't until later in my college years where I started putting in an effort of losing weight. I've attempted many ways of losing weight, whether it was focusing on cardio, eating what I thought were healthy foods. And what I mean by that is I remember I would buy Subway sandwiches a lot and think to myself, oh, it's healthy because I'm putting in a lot of vegetables and stuff. Little did I know that's all crap. Processed, cheap quality vegetables, processed bread. Also, like doing stuff like buying a cup of yogurt with grains in it, thinking that's a healthy snack, and stuff like that. And then around that time is when I discovered the whole concept of the keto diet, which in the end it was what helped me lose my weight. But during that time, there were many attempts that I made for the keto diet and kept failing. The main issue was that I didn't educate myself on how to properly execute it, so there was a lot of trial and error. For example, I remember bringing to my classes a Tupperware of food, and I would cook like chicken breast or a piece of steak. Now, how I went wrong was, let's say, where I went wrong was when I had the steak or chicken breast. Because of how bad I was approaching this, I was still hungry after I ate that food. Now, two things. I didn't understand the concept, or not understand, I didn't think of the concept of fasting. That never crossed my mind. So, yeah. And the second thing was I needed food in my stomach. So because I didn't understand the concept of fasting, or the idea or principle or whatever you want to call it of fasting, I needed food. So as soon as I was done that meal that I thought was keto, I said, oh crap, what do I do now? Because I'm starving still, and I have no other meal that's keto. So again, that resorted to me caving in and buying whatever was available, which again was unhealthy foods like pizza and greasy foods and carbs. So I stayed not overweight, but I stayed in the state of gaining weight, and made no progress on losing the weight. And come graduation of my college career in 2020, uh, combining that with the pandemic and COVID and the lockdowns and everything, I told myself that I was going to take a year off of what I was studying. And then during that year off, I foolishly made the decision to go full time into some retail job that I was working at the time. And combining that with the whole, uh, like, combining that with, I was very, very stressed at that point in my life. I was at a very low point because I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I didn't know if I wanted to pursue what I did in college. Financially, I was very in a tough situation. I wasn't fit. So yeah, I was very not in a good state and very stressed. So combining that with the horrible job that I had, a very toxic workplace, and that made everything like worse. Made my stress go even way higher, and my way of coping with stress was eating food. And of course, it wasn't healthy food that I was eating. It was junk food, anything that I could get my hands on. It was because it was a grocery store, so there was a lot of times I would have like a whole box of croissants, chips, anything that I can get. And then more specifically, I remember after my shift, like almost every day, I would drive down to the fast food restaurant that was near where I worked, and I would order their food, go home, eat it, and have that while watching Netflix, and then rinse and repeat. And it even got to the point where I would have that same food like 2 or 3 times a day. I remember I was so addicted to junk food that I went and had that junk food once in somewhat in the morning, somewhat for lunch, and then again for dinner. And because of that, it was all spiraling down, and my lowest that I got to 205 pounds, which was actually really recent. It was last year, the year of 2023. And then that's when I told myself enough is enough. And thank God I also came across a channel, a YouTube channel that really specializes in keto. They have a lot of videos that are very thorough, very educational videos on keto and keto diet. And I just binge watched those videos. And I finally done what I should have done during my college years. I educated myself on my issue. And then after that, I realized, okay, this is what I got to do. I got to follow these steps or whatever, and properly execute or whatever. And essentially, I did it in a way where I lost 25 pounds. So I went from being 205 pounds to 180 pounds. And it being that weight, 180 pounds, was so, like, it gave me so much hope, because yeah, that wasn't my goal weight. I'm still continuing to lose weight, but it just showed if I'm able to lose 25 pounds from being 205 pounds, it just shows that there is hope and possibility. And I won't go into detail of how I lost the weight specifically because it was a whole regiment, but essentially, I started doing keto, having all my meals keto, having 3 meals a day. Started implementing intermittent fasting and getting my body into a state of ketosis. And that whole concept helped me lose weight. But what really helped me lose a lot more weight was combining that with prolonged fasting. And what I mean by that is spending a day or two just fasting, just drinking water. I would have coffee in the morning and water throughout the day. And because my body was in ketosis, that really, really helped my body burn my body fat. And I guess to give you a quick explanation what the keto diet is, in case you don't know what it is, essentially it's a diet that consists of eating high proteins and high saturated fats. So eggs with butter, chicken thighs with olive oil, or steak with ghee, anything. And low carbs, almost zero carbs actually. I wouldn't consume any carbs whatsoever, because you can get away with having like some micro carbs. I don't know, it's too complicated. I just don't have carbs. So that puts your body into a state of ketosis, and what that means is your liver will produce a chemical called ketones, which will help your body use the stored fat that you have in your body and help your body break that down for energy. So when you're eating a regular diet, your body, let's say you have carbs, your body will break those carbs into sugar or glucose or something, and then we'll use that for energy. But once that is gone, that's where your energy stops. That's why a lot of people have carb crashes. And then not only that, in that type of diet, when you're not having, like, I guess in between meals, or if you're trying to fast on that diet, your body will right away go for your muscles for energy. It will consume your protein in the muscles and essentially make you lose a lot of muscle mass. That's why when I was 205 pounds and I was in keto and fasting, I still had a lot of my muscles that I had. I wasn't losing. I didn't feel weak. I felt still strong, still have the muscle mass and everything. So there's that to consider. And yeah, and that's what keto is. It's being in a state where your body will use your body fat for energy, thus you losing the body fat. And don't get me wrong, there's many ways to approach weight loss. It all depends on the person that you are. I personally have a very slow metabolism, so it was very hard for me to lose weight just by doing cardio, or just by eating healthier. It really showed, not that I was impatient where I wanted the results overnight, but within a span of 3 months is how I lost 25 pounds by implementing prolonged fasting and the keto diet. And I honestly, who knows, I wasn't really committed to doing cardio or to eating healthier, but I personally believe I probably wouldn't have seen those results within 3 months, maybe a whole year of doing cardio. I've seen a video of a guy, he did cardio every day for however long, and he had a lot of body fat, and he did like a time lapse or whatever, and he did lose a lot of weight, but it was in a span of like 12 months or 10 months. And unless you're some like really disciplined individual like that guy was, you're not going to see those results. And I will admit I wasn't disciplined enough at the time for committing myself to something like that, but it just worked for me. That I don't know how else to say it. It just worked for me by doing keto and intermittent fasting and prolonged fasting. So that's why I'm making these videos. So for that person that was once where I was, who thought that they're never gonna achieve this weight loss, these videos are for them, to show them that yes, it's possible. I someone who also thought wasn't not gonna ever achieve those results, and I'm here to share how I did it. So I hope if you're that type of person, you can relate to these videos and just follow my word and understand that it's possible, and I'm here to explain how. So yeah, if you're that type of person, if you don't have a good metabolism, if you're overweight and you have a slow metabolism, look into keto, look into intermittent fasting, look how to do it. If you click the link in the description, I will help you on that journey. I will personally help you and make sure you get to that goal that you want to get to, based on my personal experience and how I did it. I will guide you. I will walk side by side with you in that whole journey and keep you accountable and help you. So yeah, if you're that person, click the link in the description, and I hope this video was informative for you. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as well, and I thank you for watching.